Welcome to your magic moon message, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Peace Dealer. We've made it at the end of Virgo season, y'all. Our montage is finally over, but just beginning. You see the Circle K that's been built, a passage of time. Remember when you saw it not even done being built, and now it has like rafters? I don't know if those flags are called rafters, but look at that. Look at the flags. Look at the open businessnesses of it. Okay, that represents your progress and development, y'all. You have grown like this store and place and chain of commerce has established itself as a part of a franchise and is growing. Yeah. Oh shit. All right. So we're having the last new moon, 29 degrees Virgo. I hope y'all ready for what's in store. Woo! First of all, I would like to recap what I think was the most legendary season 2 plot twist finale that I've ever seen. A season finale plot twist. Normally, at the end of every mutable season and mutable sign, you're gonna have a twist. You're gonna have some kind of plot twist. The end of season 1 is Gemini season. The end of season 2 was Virgo season. The end of season 3 is the climax, Sagittarius season. It's like near the end of the movie, right when you beat the bad guy or you resolve the plot. And then the end of season 4, the conclusion, is Pisces. You see if the main character really learned anything from the plot or not, or if they tease a sequel at the end credits. Okay, cool. So we had one of the most legendary season 2 finale plot twists ever in the history of America since it's been airing around 1776. And I think 2025 has promised to be, I think, one of the dopest, most controversial seasons we've ever had. I'm letting you know right now, we're gonna start season 3 in 2 days, basically tomorrow. And Libra season is gonna pick up where season 2 left off, y'all. We're gonna up on the controversy. We're gonna up on the unhingedness, the unmitigated gall of some people, the audacity of many others. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to break through everything over the past 6 months, literally since the last eclipse we had in Pisces season with the Sun conjunct North Node conjunct Neptune in Pisces? Are you ready to break through that now that we are opposing? Because that is what the Reaper is asking. You see, the Reaper is phasing out the old world. The world that your parents lived in 30 years ago. Can you imagine when your parents were children, right? Making the same dumbass mistakes you're making as a young adult or maybe an older adult. They don't tell you that, but they were kids too. And behind maybe their sternness is maybe a series of decisions that they probably could have thought better before they made. Heck, that's how some of them made the decisions that led to other things. Yeah, look, what's very significant here is that world is over. It's gone. 30, 60, 90 years. Done. And a whole new generation of crash outs, Pluto Sagittarius, is literally burning down country. Remember how I told you guys Pluto Sagittarius wants to burn this bitch to the ground? Pluto Sagittarius wants to burn this bitch to the ground. Stop playing with them. They're here to create the new world. Well, look, in 2 days, Gen Z burned down Nepal and used Discord to appoint their new leader after with the older generation rebuilding it brick by brick. I told you they ain't come to play. Okay, between Luigi and Tyler, we got more. I'm not going to call it a problem, but the fire, the Pluto Sag fire that's going to be responsible for revolution before your Gen Alpha and Gen Beta kids kind of pick up where they left off. Pluto Cat, Pluto Aqua. Anyway, yes, we're phasing out that old world. Soon Saturn is going to be with Neptune in Aries, and you're signing a new independent contract by like late March, April. or you're renewing a lease with a new management, whether of a home structure or apartment structure, where reclaiming independence and your individual rights are being challenged because you must now have integrity to step up to the plate. And that's going to depend on the next 6 months ahead, breaking through everything you have aligned as of now to match your belief systems. That's what the most important thing about this transit is, and I don't even want to spend time talking about other aspects. You can watch other astrologers for that who will give you flawless, fabulous breakdowns. I just want to really focus on this opposition. I am only concerned with my function as a reaper. Shout out to Elisha Eternal. You know exactly what I talk about by that. All you Saturn sun, Saturn moon, Saturn risings, pay attention, you heard? Because you live in this. Here's the thing. We had signed the final contract before the rest of this apocalypse and unveiling completes itself. All right? And this is a very huge deal because before everyone born in 1996 and 1997, which are the OG crash outs, and maybe Bobs, you could say to a degree, are coming of age. They're returning their full power. Okay? Before that happens, 93, 94, 95, they're coming into their Saturn return. They are returning a power. They're passing the torch, which they're in like this weird hot potato space where like they're having to clean up all the mess of the older generation, but then pass it on to the new generation. If you're Saturn Pisces, we feel you because they really try to hoe you. Other than that, what's really crazy, especially if you were born 94, oh my God, 94, 95, they really try to fuck you up. It is what it is. It is. So that being said, yo, congratulations, because everything that you're breaking through into isn't necessarily just a year's worth of this is how I behave this year. You're closing the door on 30, 60, 90-year cycles of cultural expectation, behavior molded. Like there's certain ways you behave you may not account to the fact of the society you live in and the culture you live in. And I'm not saying this is a bad thing. Let's say for better, for worse, this could be a really good thing, this could be a really bad thing. It's just a consequence of course, being around a collective and a society. So all of that's being phased out. And this is like the final behavioral pattern breakthrough that not only you're going to bring into this next world with you, you're going to develop over the next 6 months. Now let's really break this down again. We had the eclipse in March. You activated everything you believe, literally, and you formed belief systems. You were like, by September, this is how I'm going to be living my life. By September, this is what I believe I could achieve. Boom, we're here. Boom, we're here. Okay, so like you spent the past 6 months developing through Gemini season mindsets and attitudes that support those belief systems. And now Saturn, the opposition we're having today and tomorrow, is your final test. This is also a final test of humanity where we're going to see if we're going to devolve into a world war and civil war all around the world during a world war, or we're going to get our fucking shit together and humanity will pass this test. All right. Spoiler, we failed the fuck out of that shit. Okay, so all of you individuals who did the work, you're going to be graded individually, and you've been selected by Gaia to make it through the next round of mass extinction and this Hunger Games. You know we failed the fuck out of that shit. You know. And if you know, it is what it is. It's a group project. Some of you did the work. A lot of people did. We all failed. It is what it is. You ever fail so bad the teacher tries to curve the grade and there's like, yeah, I tried everything we could. You niggas failed that shit. So now the teachers want to go individually to highlight who did their work in the group part, right? Who actually did not allow other people to just hijack how and what they think, if that makes sense. All that's going to be in the contention. Don't worry, you'll be good. We just have to deal with the fact that as a collective, hey, don't take my word for it. You'll see. Anyway, that opposition is asking you. So everything that you honestly believed and wanted to maintain integrity in your belief systems, you're being tested on how you have formed a behavior around that. And that's what the new moon is activating. It's activating the 30 days and 6 months since March and the 30 days since the first new moon in Virgo, where you had a whole montage to effectively adjust and align how it is you want to live. For example, I now have my routine set. I know what I'm going to do when I wake up. I know the workouts I'm going to do. I know how much I want to walk. I know the goals I have as far as what sets I want to do. I'm going to keep highlighting it. I've been working out a little bit every day. And now that I've kind of adjusted my mindset, I know moving forward is where everything is going to break through. And that's where I'm going to apply it in Libra. As a Taurus rising, Libra is my 6th house. So it actually works even better for habitual pattern forming, amongst other stuff, jargon, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. Okay. The difference between the first new moon and the second new moon is that the first new moon really just got you in the form and the habit. And the second new moon is going to activate this, applying it in your relationships with other people. But because it's opposite Saturn, you're finally, Saturn, breaking through 180 degrees. Everything you've dreamed, Pisces, becoming real Virgo. And this is where it's going to be demonstrated in Libra. All right? And be careful. Libra's compromised. No, I'm joking. Shout out to Libra. Shout out to Libra. You're not compromised. Only when the sun is in its fall through there. But you're totally not compromised. Here's the thing. Oh my God, here's the thing. Saturn is opposite them. So they have to be careful how they act. You feel me? They're kind of targets right now, as you can see. And in the next 2 years, going to be rough and bumpy for them. They know. Aries, you too. You clearly being used as a fall guy. I mean, you know what? Never mind. Other than that, all I want to say is realistically, congratulations. Once again, this opposition is no joke. It's a 6-month pressure cooker that has been building for a minute. And it's asking you to take even the most unrealistic stuff you believe in, just break through that. Everything, Saturn, totality, you're going to, over the next 3 months by December, every single day from now, be experiencing and directing this breakthrough. So honor it for what it is. Oh, shit. Someone almost got hit. I think you've seen that. Yeah, I told you, this is not a fucking joke. Someone almost got hit by a car. Right? So yeah, just keep that in mind. For those of you who have maintained this balance, you're going to see all your dreams come true, bro. And the whole purpose of that is to bring you into this next era in like 3 to 6 months. So that's how I want you to see it. For those of you who've done the work over the past 6 months, get ready to see everything break through. And the first part of that is the next 30 days. Of course, Jupiter in Cancer is going to be extending more how deeply you can feel as this expands. But I mean, once again, with Saturn back there and Neptune that'll eventually be back there, all coming into the end of the year where it'll go direct. This is just going to phase out the old, really now stretch out your beliefs so that they can align with how you are behaving to match those beliefs. And a lot of supernatural techniques, abilities, powers that have been awakening within you, already seen the synchronicity. All right. A lot of that is going to do more than take form. You were working on substance. Now we're breaking through into form. And it's going to really exhibit this unconscious competence that will break through in a full-on activation. It's going to be a very powerful new moon, guys. It's going to be a very, very magical and powerful new moon. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Be willing to completely change everything you believe and behave as in order to align with what you know you're meant to do, believe, all that jazz. And look forward to some mind-blowing revelations, especially with Uranus that's still coming out of Gemini, trine Pluto, that will challenge the way you really incorporate the unseen with the seen, the yin with the yang, and changes certain assumptions and theoretical models you might have allowed to rule you when you remember mind over matter, baby. For those of you who are into wonder working, miracles, and magic, I think you have a lot to look forward to. You're going to be actively selected to really carry on this tradition. And all you have to do is just tap into the gifts that you and only you can use. Here's the last thing I'm going to say. This is really the final test and divide between those of you who follow the call of your higher self, right? Here's the analogy I'll give. It's like, you can connect with upper management, your higher self, but you can't serve two masters. You can lessen yourself and lower yourself and gain acceptance from other people who judge you based off of physical things towards you, but you feel less like yourself. Or you could feel the most like yourself and feel free, but then you feel people here feel like you're weird as fuck and you lose favor. So you're being asked to choose. Some of you are fly as fuck. You can do both. We're not talking about you. Some of you don't even count. Pisces, Aquarius, goodbye. But for other normal, regular people, you know, you tap into the other side, you get cuckoo, but you feel more like yourself. So you have people who have sacrificed their soul to gain the world. Like they've shut off their true self so that they can really appeal and find favor with other people, and hey, they get what comes with it. Then you have people like me who, if they have to choose, it's like, hey, fuck you muggles, I'm going to Lululand, baby. And we feel the most like ourselves. They can call us delusional, they can call us crazy. Hey, it's lit over here. I'm talking to the homie myself at all times. I call it praying. Hey, and if you know, shout out to the team who watching. We out here, okay? So yeah, that's a false dilemma. I'm not saying that it has to be one or the other, but you know what it is. You guys stay blessed as always. Keep that in mind as you break through. I'll see you in the next video, and until next time.